Hi everyone, welcome to another Simbi business case of the week, where this week we're highlighting the value of Twilio. I'll be walking through a Twilio business case built on Simbi and how a rep would bring their value proposition to life with a prospect. So imagine I'm a Twilio rep about to have a call with a prospect. I'd start on an initial qualification or discovery call and generate a business case from a template to build a value hypothesis with the prospect. Now, Twilio is a leading customer engagement platform trusted by many brands worldwide, providing industry-leading message deliverability, coming with a host of areas of value. Now, this is especially important when we start to consider some of the pain points that many growing organizations face with customer service messaging. And as soon as I've started to align on some of the customer challenges with my prospect, I can start to get into some of the areas of value. Now, we start out by showing the uplift in message deliverability rate with just a 3.5% uplift, which might seem small, but when we look at the impact of this across all of the calls that this company then makes, we can then see there's quite a substantial impact on the number of orders, and we can actually then show the breakdown of how that calculation is being done on the slide. Now, what I might want to do with my prospect is start to change some of these numbers live on the call to reflect their situation more accurately, and I can do so in the variable section up here, and maybe begin to change things like the average SMS volume, maybe their current message deliverability rate, and also their conversion rate, which I can then maybe increase a little. As I've done this, what you can then see is that the numbers have changed to reflect what exactly is happening in the variable section. And you can see that all of this is actually based off their average order value and their net margin. With Simbi's CRM integration, a lot of this data is pulled in automatically from your CRM by our AI agents taken from your transcripts and deal notes. Now, there will also be some direct cost savings from call avoidance. And this is where we're showing that 40% of calls being avoided will then result in quite a substantial amount of financial savings. But I might want to dial this back on a call to be a little bit more conservative. And I can do so in the outcome calculation section where I can start to just dial back that 40%, maybe just to 35%. And as I do that, you can see that it will then change as I make that change onto the actual slide. Now, on the developer productivity side, we're showing the impact of 3 developers improving their productivity and what the financial implication of this is, coming from Twilio's easy-to-use APIs and integration capabilities. Now, like with everything else in Simbi business cases, this is all dynamic. So if I was to change the number of developers, the number coming back from the productivity uplift would then increase as well. In our TCO breakdown, we're not only showing the costs of Twilio, but we're also comparing it to the current provider cost and the annual maintenance of the legacy provider. Now, this is adding another layer onto our value narrative and making it even more compelling. When we see this in the ROI, we get a really compelling story, including the total revenue impact from all of our outcomes, but also the costs which they no longer have to pay from their legacy provider. Now, once I've got my ROI set, I might jump back into the exec summary, where I can quickly generate the qualitative elements with AI, but the quantitative elements have automatically been filled in using the numbers from the business case. At the bottom, you can see in the value highlights, we also have a break-even point and the cost of delay, showing every month the value that they might be missing out on if they don't make this decision today. Before sharing this with my prospect, I can even brand the business case to match their color scheme. And so all I have to do is enter my prospect's URL into this little section here. And straight away, the entire business case will then brand to their color scheme and logo in the top left corner. At this point, I can then share the business case with my prospect by email and start to collaborate directly with them on the business case. I want to emphasize that all the information about Twilio, including value drivers and pricing, comes from publicly available sources. And what we've explored today is a value hypothesis showing what the Twilio business case might look like on Simbi. Thanks for watching.